لابد إن من العودة إلى الجانب إلى الإجراءات المؤسسية. فنحن فقدنا، يمكن يكون في اليمن يعني مثال، إنه فقدنا العمل المؤسسي في كثير من المؤسسات، وهذا كان سبب من أسباب ضعف المؤسسات وعدم قدرتها برضو على إن تواكب العمل. صار كل الأشغال أكشن ورياكشن، إنه فقط في مشكلة ولازم نحله. نسينا نرجع قليل، أحيانا الدعم ندور بعد الانفراستراكشر، نبحث إنه كيف نعيد الشبكات، لكن ما حد فكر إنه يعيد المؤسسات إلى، ما أقولش إنه ما حد فكر لأنه في برامج كثيرة تضطر، بس إنه بالشكل الذي ما كان عليه في السابق على الأقل. هذه نقطة. ونقطة ثانية أأكد عليها، مصادر المياه. صار العبث بمصادر المياه كبير، صار التعديات على الحدود، على الحمايات المشددة، صار في ظل غياب الدولة أو وجود أي صراعات مصادر المياه تصبح يعني جزء كبير متضرر، إضافة إلى أنه النقص، ما فيش الدعم دائما من المانحين يغيب في موضوع حفر الآبار أو إعادة تأهيل الحقول، لأنه هذه أحيانا استثمارات تكون كبيرة وبحاجة إلى تدخل كبير. فلازم أعتقد نحن نعيد النظر ونبدأ نفكر إنه حماية مصادر المياه وبرضه إيجاد مصادر بديلة للمياه. شكرا.
Great, thank you very much. So I'd like to come back to the panel for some final points. Omar, in one sentence, tell us what the most important thing that we should stress test utilities is. And Iyad, I would like you to go last, and then I'll sum up.
Thanks, Dominique. I'm going to perhaps be a little bit overly ambitious. 2 points: the shrinkage of the fiscal space, support from the central federal government, and revenue collection. This is one area that we need to test. And the brain drain. Oftentimes, at times of protracted crisis, التسرب الناس, people just flee the country, and of course the sectors are heavily impacted. And of course the technical space shrinkage, be that a cut off a water source, whatever, power supply failure, whatever, and it's all about risk-based management. It's identifying the risks and trying to mitigate it. Thank you.
Great. Iyad, the last word from you.
I think one of the most important thing is to think before a crisis happens. So be prepared and anticipate. Preparedness can be in two directions. The preparedness for the normal situation where you build your utility to continue be as a sustainable utility, and that sustainability will help, if any crisis occur, will help you to keep on for longer time and be more able to absorb then when you get into the crisis, to absorb the situation and start mitigating and adapting to the new situation. So it's when we are, in the normal situation that we have to work on how we can make our utility sustainable and be able to plan for any possible emergencies that can occur. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Iyad. So, okay, let me try some sort of a summary. There seemed to be a mixture of really hard things like we need to understand where the water sources are and what the alternatives are. The Aleppo case is an absolute case in point. If the main system gets cut off, what's going to happen? Equally, electricity. Electricity costs, as Tawfiq explained, just go through the roof when you move from subsidized electricity on the grid to diesel power generators. It just goes through the roof. Cost recovery, and then the softer aspects of governance we need to think about. Going back to the very good GIZ Yemen case studies, what's very clear is that governance starts breaking down slowly. It's not something that evaporates in a day, but it does. The board of directors gets bored of trying to manage a utility once it gets to a certain stage. But yet, to get those boards of directors back in place and get cost recovery back up again, those soft systems are so important. And then adaptation, the soft skills, the people, what happens? You've got to retrain people. Many people leave. You've got to help utilities rebuild their ability, their adaptability. But I think as the final takeaway here, what I've learned, not just in this seminar, but from working with Michael, Omar, Tawfiq, and many others, is that when you're in a crisis, you think differently. And if you have spent most of your life, as I had, as a development actor, you need to bring people who understand crisis, who work on crises every day, because they think differently. They bring things like the all hazards approach, safe to fail, and you need to bring those people to your assessments. That's the first thing. The second thing is we need to start doing this type of stress testing, not just in Yemen or Syria, but we need to do it in Jordan. We need to do it in Egypt. We need to look at Cairo. I mean, that is a very large system if that ever goes down. And we need to start getting serious about stress testing these utilities. Thank you very much. You've been a wonderful audience. Thank you very much.